That's beautiful. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard a weird noise. I thought it was my phone. And I looked outside, and believe it or not, holy snell. So, usually if it starts to snow in Texas, and they close almost everything down, a single snowflake. Well, not everything. Some of the brave ones will keep things open.
Pleased. But now, Iluvatar sat and hearkened, and for a great while it seemed good to him.
So, went outside. I was listening to some J.R.R. Tolkien. Then went outside. It's big time snowing. Right here, you can kind of see. Right over here, it's pretty bad over that way. Pretty cold out.
Avoid places seeking imperishable flame. Your desire grew hot within him, to bring into being.
Yeah, I just woke up and there's a lot of snow around. Our cars are that way. Doesn't look very good though. Oh yeah, baby. And it's very cold too. Lots and lots of snow. So I once lived in Maine and it looked very similar. Lots of snow. But this is actually Texas. So this is Texas and there's a lot of snow. Well, I just spoke with my friend Linda, and they called off work for her, and I think one of her friends too is stuck at home too. So right now, and it's very cold. I'm actually doing this barefoot, but you see all right here, and then right in here too. It's kind of a snowman, kind of, there's my snowman kind of thing. There's another snowman right here. There's a snowman on the chair, little thing right there. Okay. Yeah. I know, you can't see anything right there, yeah. Neighbors making comments, all kinds of stuff. You can see the snow right here. But it's pretty heavy. It's coming down even more. Even right now. My feet are real cold too from just going out there. I just wanted to go out there and show you real quick. So the weather report says it's going to be this way for probably 3 days, and then it's going to snow again. Actually, I heard on, I saw on my weather report it's supposed to snow on Wednesday as well. And so today is Sunday. So we've got Monday and Tuesday for freezing temperatures, like 19 degrees and stuff. And then Wednesday, it looks like it's going to be 90% chance of snow again. And this is pretty much going on until Friday. So it's going to be coming down here for quite a bit of time. And there's a lot of people, as you can see, still on the road. That's a busy intersection. Well, it's pretty busy. It's an interstate intersection. It's a tollway. You can see from here the lights. There's a few out there, not a whole lot. And snow drizzling right through here a little bit. So quite a bit. So just to focus on today, it looks like we're at about 12 degrees in Carrollton on Valentine's Day, the 14th of 2021. And it feels like it's -5. So I just went out there, I went on the balcony for just a moment, and it felt like I was walking into a cooler. We've got a wind chill of -5. The dew point's at 9 Fahrenheit. And we're looking at humidity of 85%, average wind about 17 miles per hour, pressure 30.3, and then wind gust at 25 miles per hour. And we're sunrise, sunset right here. And the air quality is fair. This is from Cinemark Movies 8. The snow is blowing. Additional snow accumulation of 1 to 3 inches. Much colder. Temperature steady around 14. North winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of snow near 100%. Even kind of touch on that there. We could see this right here going all the way from Boston all the way down through New Orleans. Little weather bug report there. So Texas obviously got part of this right here. It's all the way up to Boston, all the way down Texas right here. This is blue area right here. I was looking at the good area first, and yeah, that's the snow, the little bar graph right here. Visibility doesn't look too good.
Hey, Lucas, Missy! Hey, come here!
I can feel the cold air come in and come down the stairs. Yep. It's about 19 degrees out. Pretty cold. Pretty cold. Cold, cold. There is shrimp in it. Some noodles. Leeks. It's kind of one of those times you cozy up on the couch and watch a little Hateful Eight.
Hear this. I'm taking this woman to head.
Gotta be careful with these things because when you're using them, here, I'll show you. You gotta push the button for each letter. It will quick smart it though, right here. And you can press it this way. You can buy or rent.
What make a man brave a blizzard? Kill in cold blood? I'm sure I don't know. You'd be surprised when a man.
My goodness.
Somebody I don't know who they are. So who are you?
I actually boiled some carrots in the pasta. And some spinach, little bits of spinach. Pretty Pretty good.
No one said this job's supposed to be easy. Nobody said it's supposed to be that hard either.
And that's Samuel L. Jackson, one of the most worked actors, very long time. He's been working like crazy for a very long time. Kurt Russell's also in it, as well as many other actors. And it was directed by the one and only Quentin Tarantino. It's kind of one of those films you watch when it's snowing outside and you're in the South. Or, you know, it could be in the North too, or really anywhere there's snow. I want to say this is probably set in the mountainous regions, but it's got kind of a Civil War kind of feel to it.
In paradise before she's got to have it. And so I just started shooting it that way. And I'm going to make a feature. I'm going to make a 16mm feature like a one.
My goodness.
So I ended up working.
Looks like that's probably one of those trucks that drop off salt. And yeah, it's spraying. You can kind of see it spraying the chemical for the snow in this area.
And then eventually I would just keep piecing it together. And what you would do is when you rent equipment from a rental house, if you rent it on Friday.
Huh. Really?
I am under the belly of this beast, the Cabazone dinosaurs. I am about to embark on a 2,500, 26, 27, close to 3,000 mile trek. I've already been driving for about an hour, current time 6 a.m. I'm heading to the East Coast, back to Florida, not in a rental car, in my own vehicle, not on a plane. It is brisk out here and very windy. Everybody, you join me, shall you? So early, in fact, the sun is peaking up there in all its beauty, and the two restaurants here are not even quite open yet.
Right.
I will be
Right.
down, most of
Got
which,
it.
well, all of which will be Valentine's Day overlay on the dinos themselves.
A lot of people don't realize, but I was actually trained in Hollywood by Simone, the actress known as Diane Salinger. Simone and I met in a house of the famous editor of Witness, the Harrison Ford film, off of Mulholland Drive, where she became my coach right at the turn of the century, 2001 or so. And she actually was involved in this great wheel-in flogging thing back when it was really there. Of course, when they filmed it, you know, with Tim Burton. She was part of that experience and was there. She was Simone. Oh, hi, Simone.
Up there on the side and be mine on Mr. Rex there at the end. Yeah, it's very windy out here. I have my hand cupped over the microphone, hoping that will help quite a bit. Whew.
It's good to cup the hand over the microphone.
Gustiness there.
It looks pretty windy.
Trees will be right off the interstate. I'm going to attempt to make as much time as possible. Tagging along also for this journey is Big the Foot, just dangling there. I know, I think about Pee-wee's Big Adventure very prominently as well, Big the Foot, when I look at Mr. Rex there. But I also think of The Wizard, Fred Savage.
I always recall the scene with Pee-wee and Simone. when they're inside the dinosaur, excuse my hair, and Pee Wee's like, "What's your big butt, Simone?" Because everybody's got a big butt. And they're sitting there looking, they're sitting on the tongue and everything. She's like, "Oh, Pee Wee." They were such children, lost in this world of, looniness, and that whole essence stuck in my heart. I used to talk about Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure all the time, way before I even left to LA and when I left Hollywood, and I still talk about it today. I remember seeing it in the movie theater and thinking, how is this possible? How can you possibly have this much fun, while watching a movie? I just ate some spaghetti, sorry. I mean, I didn't realize a movie could be that incredibly fun, other than maybe a movie like Christmas Story, which is another one that you just get completely lost in, with the whole, you're gonna shoot your eye out kind of thing, in Christmas Story. But in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, it's, even at the age I was, who knows, I have to look to see exactly how old I was. I was pretty young. But you're just lost in every single moment of that film. The whole film is absolutely perfect. Not a single frame wasted. Everything just completely perfect, every word. It's a classic. It'll go down as one of the all-time great films ever, especially in that genre. Tim Burton just completely nailed it. You can still hear the music, when you talk about it, dun, 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 dun. You can see Pee Wee on the bike coming in the frame at the opening. The film, it stays in your head. Not all movies can do that. Not all movies have that kind of power. And when you have many vloggers, not just one, but many vloggers, almost all the really well-known vloggers go to that site, it's kind of like a mecca in a way. It's a big deal. And even when they tore the Will Inn down, when they demolished it and everything, it made news to those types. And when I went through and watched people like Adam the Woo and Jordan the Lion and other vloggers sit there and go to the site, I think even the Grimm Collective, I don't know if Grimm Life Collective has been there yet, they probably have, and follow it through its making, well, not its making, but at least when it was still there, and then when it was demolished, and now they're still vlogging it and covering it as a stopping point, as a roadside attraction. I'm sure the Carpetbagger's been there. You realize the importance of what one film, can actually do to a person, to a person that has humanity inside them and is affected, by something like that. But anyway, I just want to say thank you, Diane. I haven't seen you in a long time. Excuse my hair, but I remember just one more thing when I sat there with Diane on the couch. I remember seeing the Oscar across the room from her friend that she was with at the time off of Mulholland Drive on the mantle. And I think there was something like, it's bad luck to touch it or something like that, or it's bad luck to touch the Oscar. I remember kind of going up to it and looking at it, and it was kind of sparkling and everything. And then I went back to sit on the couch with Diane to talk about her class, and she eventually told me that she had studied with the great Stella Adler, who I was still kind of learning about at that time. Later, I would find out that Marlon Brando was actually a student of Stella Adler, and many other great actors and actresses and everything. At that time, I don't know for sure if I knew that, but I knew that I probably was sitting by someone that was probably a pretty big deal, and she had pulled out the script eventually of Chasing Amy, or a section of it, and had me read some stuff. And I had said something about women and attraction, and because Chasing Amy was kind of about that, and sometimes men are kind of attracted to unique women. I think I used another term. I probably said, I was always attracted to psychos or something. I don't know exactly what I said at that time, but she thought that was funny, and I was very surprised to see her just completely guffaw and laugh. And I thought, wow, this is a good reaction, you know, from somebody right there on Mulholland Drive inside their house. And then from there on, it was a series of lots of exercises and training, and I worked in her backyard for a while. I did some polishing on some of her, this carved tree, and her pool was really cool. It was like a small little pool. And I remember she had me one time go on the side of the house where this fruit tree was. I don't remember the exact fruit, but I remember taking some of the fruit and eating it when I was there. And she said, take this this box that we're going to use to sit on for class. It was like a little box, you know, like a box that you would sit on, you know, like almost like a box you'd see like in an acting class, you know, you can move around. And she said, you know, here's some sandpaper. I'm going to need you to sand all the paint off this box. I mean, it took hours and hours. I don't know if I even really did a good job. I did the same thing, a lot of sanding and things like that. It was kind of reminded me of the Karate Kid or something, like wax on, wax off kind of thing constantly. That went on for a few days and stuff. And that's kind of how I earned my way to be in her class, because one of my my checks that I gave her, I think it was returned or something. She was, "Oh, Cole, I wanted to talk to you about payment." Because, you know, we paid to be in those classes and everything. So she allowed me to work for her, you know, to be in the class. So I actually had to do something. So it was just like yard work and things like that. But I do appreciate it. And every time I see anything about Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, I always think of Simone and Diane, and it brings me back to that moment. So I turned off the television slightly. It's kind of in a sleeping mode. The TV's asleep. It's not turned off, but as you can see here, earlier, even more snow has accumulated. Get a real quick peek because I'm barefoot, so we're just gonna kind of step out and look real quick. Oh, almost slipped right there. And we're looking at a lot of snow. If you look right here at the light, you can see it coming down right there on the light. My foot is very cold right now, and I am going to go back this way. It's like a cat. Okay, right here we are looking at a live radar of my area that I'm in. And you're seeing everything from Joplin here, where Bonnie and Clyde hung out. I've actually been to Joplin myself. This is Springfield, Missouri, Joplin. Been through Joplin, I would say. Down to Tulsa, and then there's Oklahoma City here that's gotten hit. And it kind of comes down past Sherman, and of course Denton always gets it. And yeah, a heavy section of it is in Dallas right here. So we've gotten hit on this day of February 14th, 2021, Valentine's Day. I'm gonna make the map a little larger because we have some activity right here. Storm Tracker is showing something on the very east coast going into North Carolina. And there is some winter disturbance right here in Oregon. I've got a friend that lives in Oregon. So they're getting a little bit of stuff there. I don't know if that's mostly rain. If anybody knows, just leave a comment. But this is ice. So the next little segment here, we're gonna talk about ice, and we've got hard freezing warning for the next 2 days, which will be on Monday and Tuesday. And we may see a lot of that tomorrow. So under the alerts in Carrollton, Texas, we've got hard freezing warning from Sunday, which is today, 5 o'clock. So it's been going on for about 3 hours. Right now it's about 8 p.m. And that goes on till Tuesday from 12 p.m. So Tuesday will be the 16th of February. There's a wind chill on Sunday from right now, 5 p.m., and that wind chill warning will go on till Tuesday afternoon. So that could be a sign that possibly Tuesday the sun may come out and we may be able to function. And then winter storm warning is going on only until tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. So the actual winter storm will cease, hopefully, in the morning tomorrow, and that warning will go away. And this is what it looks, this is really helpful here. This is kind of what it looks like on a grand scheme. You got this section of Texas. Not all of Texas is under this little purple thing, but this section right here in Dallas is right kind of in the top northern section of this warning right here. This winter wonderland. And that's Dallas right here. And then Denton's right above it. If you'll notice here, it says ice storm warning. There. That's in purple. So we see it in different parts of the nation. Another part too is right here above Philadelphia, right next to New York. And that would actually be in I guess Allentown is the center of that. I'm trying to do my geology rather than geography in my head. Right east of Pennsylvania, right above New York. I guess part of upstate New York is probably going to be affected. West Virginia also got hit with a ice storm right here. That's pretty much what we're in right now. And I think a hard freeze warning right there in DeSoto National Forest, right below Alabama, right below Mississippi, going into Florida, right here. There's an ice warning right before you hit into Florida. Pretty much on the east side, lower southeast side of Mississippi. Right above Biloxi, right here. Which I'm guessing would be Mississippi, Alabama. So right below Mississippi and right below Alabama, or that may be Alabama. If anybody knows, leave a comment. And it's above New Orleans and to the east. Pretty much right before you were going into Florida if you're headed west. It's right there. It's got a hard read. Now, if you go through here and you're traveling this way, be sure to check out the northern part of Texas because you're going to go right through a winter storm right here, right below Oklahoma. So you would want to go through Amarillo and right through Oklahoma City. It's your best bet. And then you'll go, kind of not too far from Fort Smith, Arkansas. And what I would do is I would just stay where Mississippi is, cross Alabama if you were traveling to Florida, maybe hit Georgia and then go down. At least you want to ride it through, then you're going to go to the lower part or the right below or around Biloxi. You want to stay away from that area, freezing. So the forecast is saying that the next chance at widespread winter weather will form along the tail end of a front in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico Monday, marching northeast to near the southern New England coast Tuesday. The northern and western fringe of the storm system will have ample cold air to work with. This will lead to a ribbon of heavy, wet snow and potentially power disrupting ice accretion from Mississippi to Maine. So that probably area that I was talking about was probably Mississippi, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't really put all those states there. They just kind of put the ones they want to. I think it is New Orleans. Above New Orleans is also probably getting hit too. So to reiterate, tonight we're looking at about a high of 20 and then a low of 6. We have hourly. So 10, 9, 9, 7. It's going to go down to about 7 midnight. And then a 10-day. It's right here. We're in Sunday. Just snow. That's Valentine's Day. And we're going into these different temperatures. Tuesday. Probably Friday is when the sun will come out on Friday. So we're going to be kind of cold for the rest of the week, really, right here. We might see more of that tomorrow. A little advertisement here for IKEA. Another Texas South on high alert for wintry weather. This is a major winter storm will be blitzing the central U.S., causing troubles across the South and Midwest through Monday. And you can kind of see a lot of areas, even Santa Fe is getting hit, Dallas, a lot of this area right here. Pretty cold. Pretty cold. Biloxi is Mississippi. So I just found that out right here. Biloxi, Mississippi. At times it gets pretty hot. So I was looking at that earlier. It's Mississippi. So we did get a winter storm warning issued on Valentine's Day at 5:49 p.m. Central Standard Time until the next day, February 15th at 9 a.m. It is major winter storms. So for the winter warning, heavy snow, additional snow, accumulation of 2 to 6 inches across north and central Texas on top of what has already fallen. For the wind chill warning, dangerously cold wind chills. So we're dealing with wind chills as low as 20 below zero on Monday morning, which is when the snow is supposed to stop, and 15 to 20 below zero on Tuesday morning. So the hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Extreme wind chills as low as 20 below zero will become life-threatening to people and animals outside without adequate warmth or shelter. The cold wind chills could cause frostbite and exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. So they're saying now to avoid travel and stay off the roads until conditions improve. So I got a message from poetry.com. I get them every once in a while. A Valentine, Priscilla Jane Thompson. Out of the depths of heart of love, out of the birthplace of sighs, frightened with hope and frightened with fear, may all in a Valentine highs. O frail little missive of delicate texture, speed thee o' thy journey, and give her a lecture. Fathom her heart that seems to me cold, trouble her bosom as mine. Let it be mutual, this that I crave, her yes for a Valentine. O frail little missive in coy Cupid's keeping, oh, speed back a message to set my pulse leaping. Wow. I've been for years and years and years.
I'm Rachel Eliza Griffiths, and Poem a Day guest editor for the month of February. I hope you enjoy today's offering.
They actually have like a little
American
iPod thing that they do.
A Valentine by Priscilla Jane Thompson. Out of the depths of a heart of love, out of the birthplace of sighs, freighted with hope and freighted with fear, my all in a Valentine highs. O frail little missive of delicate texture, speed thee on thy journey and give her a lecture. Fathom her heart that seems to me cold. Trouble her bosom as mine. Let it be mutual, this that I crave, her yes for a Valentine. O frail little missive, in coy Cupid's keeping, oh, speed back a message to set my pulse leaping.
I say.
Poem a Day is the original daily poetry series featuring new work by today's poets. Produced.
I see why. So anyway, poetry has been a pretty important part of my life, I guess, when I got involved in it. It's amazing how I was when I was younger, and you could take, I don't know, 10 or 12 lines of poetry and do something with it, or even more than that, you know? It's just an interesting thing. I've been thinking about it a lot since vlogging, the difference between the two and how powerful poetry is. It's such a powerful thing.
I'm Rachel Eliza Griffiths.
This one was actually
and Poem a Day
read
guest editor for the month of February. I hope you enjoyed
by
today's
someone that
offering
belongs to
brought
this
to you by
iPod
the
group,
Academy of American
Poetry.com.
Poets. Thank you.
I really like the way the person read this poem too, A Valentine.
A Valentine by Priscilla Jane Thompson. Out of the depth of a heart of love, out of the birthplace of sighs, freighted with hope and freighted with fear, my all in a Valentine highs. O frail little missive of delicate texture, speed thee on thy journey and give her a lecture. Fathom her heart that seems to me cold. Trouble her bosom as mine. Let it be mutual, this that I crave, her yes for a Valentine. O frail little missive, in coy Cupid's keeping, oh, speed back a message to set my pulse leaping.
It still hasn't really chilled out. Look at the light. You can kind of see the snow there, right here. So what I have to do is, if I do that, what I should probably do is get like a towel on this bath mat that I'm gonna procure right here. You can see some of the snow, kind of dry it off right here. And for right now, I notice this area right here is becoming kind of, you know, going out there and coming back in here because I'm curious. You know, curiosity killed the cat kind of thing, and bring in a lot of these snow droplets. So thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to show you some of the snow here. It's been snowing quite a bit. There. And if you don't know about my channel, please subscribe. It's kind of cold. And hit the notifying bell because it keeps you up to date and in the loop on when the next vlog is posted. Also, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. It shows me that you care. And I'll leave some information in the description about my PayPal if you want to help out for future uploads. Going back in, it's kind of cold. I'll show you that just one more time. See all that snow. Look at this though right here. I'm gonna shake out this rug right here. It's a lot of snow. No, thank you for joining in today. Have a good evening. The vlog's not over yet. I got some of these ice stuff that was